What do I have in common with this brick? It's new and gray. I'm old and gray. So hey, it's Javo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego. And even though this is a modern light bluish gray jumbo brick, storage brick, it's actually got stuff in it. I'm wearing a black and white shirt. It's Chaps. Is that Ralph Lauren? Am I wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt? I must be special. Is that what this is? Or is it just Chaps? Anyway, just another shirt, another day. We're going to look at what's in this box as I continue to sort vintage. Yes, even when I think I've found every main vintage container, I find another one. So yeah, let's see what's in this giant Lego storage brick. So I think this shot kind of gives you, I think you can see the peripheral of stuff that I still haven't made a container for it yet. Because I've been just mainly getting the large elements, the elements that have the most quantity, I should say, not necessarily large elements. But so I got my brick emptied here. So this is, it's actually a lot more blue in this than red. There's not much red in here, but it's vintage. Nonetheless, there's some non-Lego parts in here. A lot of trans clear. So I always get the trans clear because I got a container off to the side for the trans clear, and most of these are going to be yellowed. It's rare to find them not, if ever. So the way I've been sorting is just getting whatever. Oh, that's a broken one. I don't know if that'll show up. I guess I should make sure everything's in the shot. I didn't intend for this to be a sorting video. So what I need is, there's more gray in this. So I'm going to make a container to put the gray plates in. A lot of these look like they're from late 60s. But it could be 70s stuff in here as well. Oh, those look like they're different colors, but I think they're all old gray. Because they got pips on the side. It just shows how the discoloration can happen. Oh, I dropped it. Oh well, wherever it went. And then, so I sort the vintage in a similar way to modern, in that I try to get the larger pieces out first, since they stand out the most. Like these large plates in white and light gray. Mixed up a piece there. And light gray plates will come in handy. I think I got a container of light gray plates somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of trans clear in here. That's a broken piece right there. I've been setting the broken pieces off to the side. I got a piece for wheels and wheel holders. These are wheel holders. And I find that I don't like to shuffle through the pieces. like shuffling around just to find a particular type of piece. I just grab as many of a type of piece as I can without doing that. These are all old and worn out, so it doesn't matter. But I'm so used to sorting new, which I don't like to shuffle up more than I have to keep from getting all the scratches on there. Oh, that reminds me, this is a good and scratched up brick. I'm going to set that to the side. I need to get different colored scratch bricks. And everything that I've been sorting, I haven't been, a printed element. I haven't been washing. A lot of these need to be washed. So I'll be doing that after I sort. I'm going to wash the different part types all at once. So right now I'm grabbing larger 1x bricks in white. I want to find some red ones because I want to try to de-scratch some bricks. I wonder if any of these blue ones. That one's got a little bit of scratching on it. Set that one to the side. I need a red one. 1x8 would be nice. That one's scuffed, but not terribly scratched. Oh, this one's better. That one's got some deeper scratches in it. Another thing is, I mean, a lot of these parts I'm going to be ending up handling more than once, but I'm going to try to minimize it. To me, it's a time saver. And everybody has their own technique. I'm not saying that anybody else's technique is wrong. This is just what I do as I sort. I've been separating the macaronis. There's a train, special pieces I kind of put to the side. This has so much blue, it kind of makes me wish I was sorting the blues as I was going now, but I'm not. I'm just putting all the blues in one container. It's been going through vintage. It's not as common a color as red and white. And even, well, there's yellow, but yellow and blue are about comparable. I have about the same amount that I've been pulling out. This just happened to be a container that has a lot of blue. I don't know why it's got so much blue. And I had this idea as I've been sorting these, is I want to build that. There's an old train set, a Lego train set, that before they made the 1966 track sets, the ones that ran on track, they had a handful of sets, I think about 3 that were trains. There were others that the trains might have been an idea on the cover, not necessarily the model, the main model for the set. But there's a couple of those train sets. Set 610, I think it is. 323 I already got. But there's a couple of versions of the train box. 610. I hope I'm remembering the number right, but it's one I want to build. I did a live stream a while back trying to build it, and the pieces were just breaking. The instructions are extremely hard to follow, so it was not completed. I broke a lot of pieces, so but anyway, I've been going through. I could do like Brick Trains did. He used modern parts so that they wouldn't warp and break. But I've got so many of these parts now, I might just use these blue parts, just get the blue container and the gray, and get the white pieces I need out, and then just go ahead and try to build that train again. It'll look funky because all these blues are different shades of faded. Blue has consistently been a bad color for Lego from 1960s up. I think the 80s, I want to say the 80s had the best. In fact, I just sorted a lot. I should have filmed it before I did this one, where it was 80s parts. I could tell by what was in it that it was from the 80s, and those bricks look so much better than the 60s and 70s, and they look better than modern bricks. I mean, they just, like, you look at them and you're like, wow, those are 40 years old. They look pretty good. But, yeah, so blue was what the color that was standing out the most to me in this lot, so that's why I've been grabbing blue. And again, but I think I said it before, but blue and yellow are ones that I'm going to sort later. There's just not a lot that I've pulled out. White and red, tons. Blue and yellow, not so much. But so I got a container of yellow and a container of blue. All the other ones, the reds, I sort by the part type, like 2x4 bricks. I got a container down here beside me. Again, the wheels are up here. I got a container with white plates. Wheels. And then the 1x and the 2x2 bricks and 2x3 bricks, I have containers for white and red here. Oh, that's a really scuffed up one. I'm really going to try to do something with these scuffed up pieces. I don't think I'm going to film it. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to see what the results are, and then if it works, I'll do it and film it. Just want to experiment first. Plates. But this is how I sort these vintage lots. And I've put such a huge dent in the collection. I think one of the things that I'm most proud of, other than finding a few tipper truck windshields, is finding the 1x1 round pieces with solid stud. I've built quite a big, well, not big, It's probably about 100 elements that are like that. So sometimes I end up needing them for a vintage set I'm trying to complete, and I've had a bad experience ordering those on Bricklink, as sellers don't realize that they're listing things incorrectly, and I get them and they're the open stud, which are essentially worthless compared to the closed stud pieces. So when I find them in my own collection, it's so much better. It's a lot of trans clear. That's really good. Especially plates. The 2x2 plates were used in a lot of the large vehicle sets. That's from a train piece. That's one of the large vehicle pieces. So when I do this sorting like this, it goes pretty quick. I don't usually do sorting videos. In fact, I didn't even plan on this to be a sorting video. But now that I've gone through it like this and I've been talking, I'm going to listen back to it and hope the audio doesn't suck. One of my reasons I don't like doing sort videos is because of the audio. Not that I have great audio otherwise, but let's do black here. Oh, see, I did it. I don't like touching pieces twice, and I'm doing it. I should put a piece away when I touch it, when I'm trying to separate it from a piece of a different color. And we're almost done with this. So it's a plate. See, I did it again. What's this hook? This metal hook. It's not a Lego piece. I don't know what I did with the windows for the red. But yeah, this is how I sort. Oh, look at that. Sometimes I put pieces in the wrong container. I just thought I'd give you a taste of that. This is one of those boxes that I've ruffled through many times because I knew it had vintage. And I was like, okay, let me see if it's in here. Like I need a gray plate, a closed stud piece. And it's like, I'm just going to be so much closer to making it easier to find those elements. That's a tipper truck part. That's a broken part. I should set aside tipper truck parts like these 2x2 plates. Not 2x3 though. I don't have, oh yeah, I got the red plates are over here. So yeah, most of the red and white I got a place for them. Just some of the specialty elements I don't have, but there weren't a lot of specialty elements. There went a piece to the floor. That happens. There's going to be tons. Here's the other thing. When I drop a piece in the floor, I don't get it. I just leave it. Because I'm going to drop another one, and eventually I'll just get all those pieces I dropped. Sometimes Milo hands them to me when he's here. He's not here today when I'm filming this. But there's an 80s piece. Probably should have just left it alone. Almost got all the blue out of here. See, all the blues. See, once you start getting the color going, then the sorting goes even quicker. I actually got a 2x4 yellow. I made a 2x4 yellow container. I should have done that sooner. Dropped another piece on the floor just a minute ago, a second ago. So get the yellows out, and then it'll just be white, red, and black, and maybe a few clear that I've missed. And this thing will almost be done. But this is how I've been going through all the containers. I've gone through probably 30 or 40. I've lost track. I did like 10 in the first couple of days, and then just keep doing more. Probably not 40, probably closer to 30 containers. So I've freed up a lot. I mean, I still have, yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do. And my FitBit keeps breaking. This thing sucks. FitBit, so the company, FitBit, got bought by Google, and Google has ruined it. And now that my Fitbit band, I bought a new band for it, but the actual Fitbit itself has become worn out. So this is not sponsored by Fitbit or Apple, but I think this is my last Fitbit. I think I'm going to get an Apple Watch the next time for keeping track of my steps. My step streak, I have a step streak that goes back, it's over 1,100 days, maybe 1,200 days. I've lost track. So I used to be able to go on the app and see my step streak, but it's a printed piece. But they changed it when Google bought it. First of all, they did away with step streak. They just ended it. I was around 800 and something. I had taken a screenshot at 777 when I had 777 days in a row. I took a screenshot of it. And then it got up to about 800. I was going to take a screenshot when I got up to 1,000. But before I got up to 1,000, it got bought by Google. Google ended it. So my step streak, I'm like, what? What? I've worked so hard to have this streak, and they just did away with it. I was so upset. And then they brought it back, but when they brought it back, they didn't make it retro to what it was before. They just made the step streak start over. And I got that up to like 200 and something. So, you know, I had over 800. There was about 100 or so days where they didn't have it. So, you know, my step streak's getting back up. And then I go back and look. Well, I had a day where I got my steps, but my step streak ended. I'm like, what's going on? Why am I? And it's like, you go back and it's like, there's the step streak. I have the step streak. Why did it end? Oh, look, this is just black pieces here. And so let me get the black box and just scoop the rest of these. This box is too full. Yeah, it's going to be all the dirt with it. I can wash it later. Usually there's a bunch of debris left on the table. I want another piece to the floor. But anyway, so my step streak is over as far as the app's concerned, but it's like a day. I had 10,300 steps. Oh, let me go back. So I think it was a Friday. I had, maybe it was a third. I don't know what day of the week it was. I had 10,300 steps because I remember working towards the end of the day to get my 10,000, and then I did something. I got a few hundred more after that, but I hadn't sunk to my phone. And then when I woke up in the morning, my Fitbit was dead. And I was like, oh, it's no problem. I didn't realize it was that low. Man. And when I sunk, it only gave me 1,300 steps for the day before, which is like, I knew I had my steps. And I was like, well, let me refresh it. Let me start over. And it kept, all right, it's done. So it didn't post my streak, but I know I had it the night before because I remember staying up to get it. And then when I scrolled back, so you can still scroll back through all your days. I went back and I get back over a year ago, and all of a sudden now there's 2 days that I'm missing, which are, some of those days were within when I took the screenshot of the 777 streak. So the app's just screwed up. It's lost all my data, because what I wanted to do, and I should have done it sooner, is get the screenshots of all the days, because this is what I was afraid of happening, that they would lose their record of it. And now I have no way of proving it. So it's a personal thing. It's not in comparison to anybody else. I call it my Milo streak, because my Fitbit streak of 10,000 steps in a day is older than Milo's existence, complete existence. And so that's why every day, like even when I was staying with my dad, a couple of nights, I didn't get many steps, and I was like, oh, I got to get my steps. I got to get my steps. So before I went to bed, I made sure I got my steps. What am I going to do here? Try to put it on one more time. Yeah, it's done. The Fitbit's done. So Google ruined Fitbit. It has nothing to do with the physical problem that I'm having here. This piece here will not hold anymore. But anyway, that's my Fitbit story. That's another container. I think this was a Lego video. I'll be back tomorrow in a different shirt.